right, guys, we're here at the Flying Circus, and we get to bump into some very interesting people. We've been graced to have the president of the AMA, Bob Brown, with us, and we just wanted to talk to him. I know he's been showing up on social media lately at some of the FPV events, looking at what the guys are doing, actually wearing some of the goggles yourself, making some statements about, you know, the actual FPV side of the hobby being cool. I don't know if you use that exact phrase or not, but
I think I did.
You did.
Where's Chris?
But anyways, we've had a great time with him. We've actually been able to sit down with him quite a bit this weekend, and I'm really impressed with the positive direction that the AMA has taken toward this new emerging technology and the FPV crowd, and it's really promising. What type of what are you wanting to see out of this interaction that you're having, you know, with us in the FPV community, and what are you trying to show as far as?
First of all, I don't really consider it an interaction, and when I say that, what you folks are doing, what I represent, is a group of modelers. I'm looking for more people for our team, and whether you're flying FPV or free flight, control line, I don't care what it is, you are all some form of aero modelers, and if we can work together and focus on the directions that everyone wants to go, then we'll have a much more positive organization. Now, you might look at it as to why am I here? I'm here for two reasons. Number one, I'm here to have fun. I have 3 of the vehicles in my car. We've been playing around with them all weekend, and I've enjoyed myself immensely. I'm also here for the Academy. And when I say that, I am looking at the Academy as a group that represents everyone. I've talked to 2 different television stations, done some various media reports while I've been here. Hopefully I've shed a positive light from a national basis on the Flying Circus and the organizers that are involved.
Well, thanks, and then, you know, that's really appreciated. We love having you down here, and I was kind of chuckling when he says he has 3 of the platforms himself too. One of your quads, most of the time's actually been trying to tune it. So you have all even the same issues that we have. Just because you're the president of the AMA doesn't mean you have any easier time with quads than the rest of us.
Well, the only thing that I'll say is I, for some reason, seem to have a lot more friends. You know, I appreciate being able to come to an event like this and being able to sit down with various guys, get together. For example, yesterday we put a new receiver in, a new radio that I picked up. I'm trying to learn the new radio. Last night, went to fly it, didn't work. Came here this morning, found a broken wire. The guys took their time and helped me. Great effort and much appreciated by myself. However, I find no matter where you go in aero modeling, that same type of thing prevails. Now, sometimes people have, I guess, a misunderstanding. There's a lot of great people out there. I would hope that as a group, whether you're black or white, whether you have long hair or short hair, I don't care what it is, we can all work together. We just have to learn to appreciate everyone's needs.
You keep going back to that again and again. It seems to me like what you're saying is that you're frustrated with is a lot of the same stuff that we are, and that's that fragmentation that seems to separate modelers into different categories. And then those different categories kind of, you know, headbutting each other and you know, trying to say one might be better than the other, or
that fragmentation has existed since day one. If you look, the Academy was formed in 1936. And it was formed by a group of free flighters. The free flighters existed till just after World War II. Then along came control line. And there was that fragmentation between a group of free flighters versus a group of control line people. And to say that it was harmony would be a lie. As things progressed, instead of free flight, control line, it progressed into radio control. And when you look at radio control today, you can say, well, it's not just one type of airplane, it's a multitude of different airplanes or helicopters or whatever. The vehicle that you fly, it doesn't mean a heck of a lot of difference to me, and to at least what I could say the hierarchy of the academy. What we're after are 3 letters, and those 3 letters are F-U-N. In other words, we want everyone to have fun.
That's awesome. And then we're gonna go. I gotta let you go here pretty soon because I know you're wanting to get back to flying your quad again. But the one of the things that I wanted to kind of bring out here was we have a lot of people, you know, that I'm not talking in a fragmented way. So
Okay.
good. Got that? Good.
Got it.
Got it. Okay, but the guys who are on the FPV side of the fence who perceive themselves as having to be separate might believe that to do what they do, they have to do it in a rogue way where they can't draw too much attention to themselves by anybody in authority because they are going to have an automatic negativity to what they're trying to do with the hobby. So even with this environment that we have going on here, what have you been observing with what you've seen today and then a little bit, you know?
Well, you know, I using the word rogue and trying to assign it to the folks that are here, I think is an error. You know, to me, the rogue is the gentleman that is out creating problems for everyone. And when I say that, they're the person that's flying on an approach to JFK or trying to go through downtown New York with a vehicle or trying to fly in the mall area of DC. I don't care, you know, there are certain areas that common sense tells you you cannot fly. The rogue is the person that lacks common sense. The guys that are here, I haven't met a person here, nor at some of the other FPV functions. This is the 4th one for me in the last 5 weeks. So I've been around from San Francisco to Virginia. The rogue, I haven't met yet. I've read about them. I've tried to talk to the FAA about them and so forth, but they aren't the problem that you folks have or that the AMA has or whatever. I guess they're not our problem. They're problems, those guys are creating problems for all of us. If we can contend with those and help eliminate them, we've got it made. You know, I don't care whether you're flying FPV or free flight or controlling, it makes no difference. Bottom line is having fun. And if you can't have fun, don't do it.
Absolutely. Well, you know, thanks. We don't want to keep you any longer. We know you want to fly, but brother, you know, this has actually really been an enjoyable experience. We've been able just to pal around with you, fly with you, hang out, and we've had a blast.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, the experience is mine. Being here and getting the help that I need, and boy, I need a lot of it, but getting the help, having the camaraderie, meeting up with friends that I've made in the last few weeks versus friends that I've made here this weekend. It's great. That's what the hobby's all about.
Well, good deal. Thanks, sir, again. Appreciate it.
Thank you.